yelling at me.
I won't yell at you. I'll just talk to the camera.
Just say,
Okay, today you are joining me for about a 30-minute Pilates, so a little core on the floor as well as a cool down. The only equipment that you need is a yoga mat, and we are here at this most beautiful lake close to Mount Rainier in Washington. When you are ready, go ahead and find a comfortable seat on your mat. We'll start in a crisscross position. Palms will be palm side down, and go ahead and roll your shoulders all the way up to your ears and down your back. And we'll just start by inhaling and stretching your fingers nice and wide, turning your pinkies in and shifting your gaze up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, towards the clouds. Inhale. And when you exhale, we'll pull the arms down into a cactus position. So the wrists are over the wrists are over the elbows. Elbows are in line with the shoulders, and we're squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other. And we'll go ahead and do that a few more times. Inhale, rotate your pinkies in, and find a little bit of a back bend just in the upper back. And as you exhale with tension, we're pulling it down, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale, extend, and pull up. Exhale, release, and squeeze. So you really want to focus on feeling the contraction through the shoulder girdle, like you're pinching something between your shoulder blades. So almost like if somebody had their finger there or a pencil, you're trying to squeeze it, getting them as close to each other as you can. Let's get two more. And last one. Now go ahead and stay in that cactus position, having as much tension as you can. And we'll start to inhale, exhale, just rotating through the upper torso. So we'll inhale, crunch to one side, exhale over to the other. For 8, 7, just creating a little body heat. 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, wide wingspan, fill up, full extension through the arms. And this time, as we exhale, bring your left hand to the outside of your hip, right arm's reaching up and over. So biceps towards the ears, and we're trying to stay as long as we can. Inhale to the center. Exhale, other side. Beautiful. Just one more on each side, trying to get as long as you can, just like a rainbow, from your fingertips all the way down your arm, into the torso, and onto your lower hips. Inhale to the center. And now when you exhale, bring your hands right behind your seat. We'll start with some shoulder circles over to the right. So we're thinking about just massaging through the upper back, through the shoulders. And in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release to the other side for 8. So as much as you can, sink really low. The more range of motion you can get, the better, the more of a stretch. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and leave your fingers facing the same direction as they are. They should be facing down towards your hips. Bring your feet flat towards your mat, and then start to pull your seat forwards and find a bend in the elbows. So this is a big shoulder stretch through your whole rotator cuff. Bend as much as you can, and when you're ready, we'll start by circling to the side this way. And go ahead and release other side. 2, and 1. Walk your hands all the way back up to the center. We're turning towards our side now. Feet will be completely flat to the floor, and we're starting with our Pilates Roll Up. So fingers are extending in front of you. As you inhale, start to slowly roll down to your mat, starting with your lumbar spine touching the mat first, to your thoracic spine, upper shoulders, arms extend overhead. Exhale, peel your hands up off the mat, followed by your neck, your shoulders, mid-back, and low back. Find a small arch at the top, and we'll be repeating that 4 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Open through the chest. Rib cage is coming down towards the top of the hip points. And shoulders peel up off the mat. Just 2 more rounds of this, nice and slow, and as much as you can, really shift all your focus into your core, into your abs, because this right now is just starting to activate them, turn them on, and let them know that they're going to be working for the rest of our time. When you return all the way back up to a seated position, take your hands into a prayer position at your heart. Elbows are nice and wide. Lean back slightly, and we're starting with your Russian twist. We'll take it nice and slow. So leave your elbows really, really wide. And now challenge yourself by leaning back a little bit more. And we're thinking to ourselves, we're not just moving the shoulders, we're moving from that attachment point where your hips attach to your low back. Thinking about bringing the elbow to each side. Now, if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, feel free to float the toes. And we're still thinking about that breath, exhaling each time the elbow comes towards your mat. Here's 8. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands are going to return forwards. Set your toes back on the mat if you have them lifted, and slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time until you arrive fully lengthened in your mat. Scoot your heels back slightly. Hands are coming behind the head and heels are coming in line with the knees into a tabletop position. We're starting with our 3-second crunch and hold. So now find a flex in your toes. Inhale. Exhale, pull your knees towards you slightly, but the main focus is on closing the gap between our back and the mat. We're flush to the mat and we're holding for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. 3, 2, 1. 3 more. And on this final one, go ahead and hold it up. With your left leg, we'll be fully extending it outwards, keeping the flex in your toe. And as you exhale, pull it inwards back to that tabletop position. We have 10 on each side, and the main focus is keeping the low back on the mat. We never leave that connection between our spine and the mat. And if it feels really challenging for you, feel free to take both of your hands under your sacrum, and that'll give you a little bit more support. Still thinking about matching the breath to the movement. We inhale, lengthen, and exhale, shorten. Inhale, lower your back down to the mat and back to that 3-second crunch for 5 reps. Exhale, lift and hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, release. Exhale, spine presses to the mat. 2, 1. Last one. And lift. Moving into that single leg extension on the right leg. We fully extend. Toes come in line with the eyes. Inhale. Exhale, pull it back to tabletop. I am feeling the burn with this one. And if you look down, try to see where your abs are and see if they're tight, see if they're contracting, see if you can see any sort of tension in your torso. And if you can, try to pull your rib cage down even more so we make it that much more engaged. Last 3, 2, and 1. Return both knees to tabletop. Last round of those 3-second crunches. We inhale, exhale, close the gap and hold. 2, 1. And last 2. Final 1. Hold it at the top. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring your feet back down towards your mat. Hands are coming out to a capital letter T, palm side down, and we'll just start to windshield wiper the knees out. So we're getting a little release through your abs, but we're also getting a little mobility in your lower back. Keep your hands where they are and extend both toes up towards the sky. We're pointing the toes, hands come behind the head, elbows are nice and wide. Take a big breath in.
And lift your head and shoulders once again. We inhale, lower the toes in line with the eyes. We're gonna open into a straddle, close the legs, and lift back up. We have 10 full reps. And just like before, we're always thinking form over numbers, form over difficulty, form over reps. So if this one feels really challenging, go ahead and take both your hands underneath your sacrum. And if that still feels like a lot, feel free to lower your head back down onto the mat and keep your hands underneath of you. We have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Feet come back down to the mat, hands come overhead. Inhale and exhale, moving back into that roll up. We take our time coming all the way up. Both hands are coming behind the hamstrings, elbows are wide. Small seated cat and cow, really focusing on matching your breath to your movement. So inhaling as you arch through the upper body, exhaling, holding it down at the bottom. Great job, guys. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Core is feeling nice and warmed up. Beautiful. Extend your left leg long. The right leg's coming over top. We're twisting through our torso so we're fully seated. And with this one, I like to say to think about a string pulling the crown of your head upwards as much as you can. We're not having any weight, but we're really tight through the lower body. Look down at your left leg that's lower. See if your ankle is facing upwards. If it's not, go ahead and tilt it so it's facing all the way. And we're gonna start with our Abductor Leg Lifts. So we're just taking that leg straight up, keeping the cross with the upper leg. We have 8, 7, beautiful, 6, 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down to that left elbow, extend your right leg long. Take your hand onto your right hip and press it all the way open. So we don't have an indent here where our hip point is. It's really pressed nice and wide. And we're gonna start by lifting that upper leg up, trying to squeeze through your outer hip, through your outer glute. Last 2. And on this one, hold it up, starting to pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up at the top. Small circles in reverse. We're making them teeny, tiny. Still trying to lift your upper leg as much as you can, squeezing through that outer glute. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and take it forwards. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring a bend into that lower left leg. The right knee is lining up with the left. Bring a flex into your right foot. We're taking 2 kickbacks, and then we'll pull the knee in towards the torso. So we have 8 rounds total, and if you want to try your breath with your movement for this one, it's going to be a sniffing breath. So we sniff, sniff, exhale. Here's 3, and 2, last 1. Go ahead and bring your chest all the way back up. We'll bring a bend into our right leg once again. Left leg's extended. Round 2 of those inner adductor lifts. Let's get 2 more. And 1. Bring your elbow back down until it meets with the mat. It's right underneath of the shoulder. We'll stack the right foot on top and we're pushing up into our side plank. So push all of that energy out of your left elbow into the mat. Extend your right arm upwards. If this one feels really challenging, feel free to stagger your feet. So you'll just take the top foot in front. And if that one still feels really challenging, bring your knee down until it meets the earth. When you are ready, we're moving into our side plank oblique crunch. So we're dropping the hip, pushing through the elbow, squeezing through the low obliques. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, you got it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that one up at the top. Right arm is fully extending up towards the beautiful sky. We inhale And exhale, twist, right arm's coming under the torso. Both shoulders are facing the mat, and unwind. Great job. So really keep an eye on where your chest is facing. It should be facing right in front of you, then right towards your mat. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your hip back down towards the mat. Right hand's coming to meet it as well. And we'll be turning all the way over onto our belly. Bring your hands to the outside of your rib cage. And starting with our heel drives, chin is coming down towards the mat, tight through the toes. We're pressing our hip into the mat, lifting using your glutes, using your hamstrings, squeeze, and just start to pulse up slightly. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Curl your toes under, press through your palms, lifting up into a push-up position. So once again, we're thinking about having the pressure on the floor. We're squeezing our glutes, we're squeezing our quads, moving into our single arm reaches. We'll take that bicep towards the ear, set it down, switch to the other side. We have 10 total. And really think about in the warm-up how we were squeezing our shoulders together, how we were driving our arms behind us when we cactus the arms, and bring that same feeling here. We're using the shoulders. This is 3, 2, 1. Hands are really, really tight to the mat. Squeeze your elbows in, letting them brush your rib cage as you lower all the way to your belly. Chin returns to the mat, moving back into those heel drives. Lift and squeeze. Keep that tension in the glutes, tension in the hamstrings as we take the heels 1 inch higher. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Toes curl under, back to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, push up to the top of the push-up position. Bringing all the awareness into the low back, into the low core. We start to extend the arms forwards. Reach nice and long. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pressure on the floor. Elbows brush the rib cage. Slow, slow, slow. Down to the belly. Chin meets the mat. Untuck your toes till the top is on. Drive those heels and pull. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curl those toes under. Last round. Push it all the way up. Tight in the belly. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Start to drive your hands. And if you can, we'll turn that thumb out slightly. And that's just going to help set our shoulders a little bit more. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down to your knees. Beautiful work. Hands are right under the shoulders. Knees are under the hips. Inhale, drop the belly. Shift the gaze up. Pull the shoulders back. Cow pose. Exhale, round. Cat pose. 3 rounds total. Any variations that you'd like are welcome here. When you're ready, return back to that neutral position. What we're gonna go ahead and do is one side only. We're moving into our bird dog. So what we're gonna do is take your left foot behind you, right bicep to the ear, flex your ankle, inhale. Exhale when you're ready, elbow towards the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. We have 10 total. So each time you return to that lengthened position, try to add 1 more inch to your length. Fingertips stretch forward as much as you can. There's no space between your bicep and your ear. And then we are giving a high five to behind us using our heel. Just 1 more. Hold it here, start to pulse. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay extended. We're peeling our arm and our leg away from the midline and closing it once again. So really try to work on using your core to help you stay stable, to help you balance. And we just open the door and close it. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold them out wide. Start to pulse. So our body should be at a diagonal here. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your right hand down to the corner, left hand down to the corner. We're tapping all the way low and we're lifting all the way high. We'll close the door, open the door, and bring it back to a tap. Lift. We'll take it in, out, down, up, in, out, down, up. I'm feeling this one. In, out, down, up. 2 more. In, out, down, up. Last. In, out, down, up. Take it in. 1 more round of pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that right hand back down to the mat. Left hand down to the mat. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Space is in between our fingertips. The crown of the head is hanging so heavy. Couple pedals right then left. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the awareness into your right foot. We inhale the left toes towards the sky. 3-legged dog. Focus on turning both your hips down and now just start to drive that heel over your head. Couple inches by using our glute, using our hamstring, just how we did in those heel drives. We squeeze it as much as we can to take it overhead. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now inhale, exhale, left knee, left elbow squeeze. Use your oblique. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, shorten. 2 more. And on this last one, hold that left knee towards your elbow, pulse for 10, 9, you got it, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left knee is on the elbow. Bring it towards your heart center and step it all the way between the hands. Start with just a couple pulses here. We're dropping the hip towards your mat. And even though we're dropping the hip, we're still thinking of keeping a tight right knee. So the only thing we're moving is the hip flexor for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it down. Inhale, left leg fully lengthens. Nose is coming towards the shin or towards your knee. Exhale, drop it back. So we're just moving between these 2 postures, trying to get as lengthened as we can in our muscles, feeling that beautiful stretch, feeling those endorphins starting to release. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Hold this one down. Walk your hands through the center. Turn your toes forwards, finding our wide angle Prasarita pose. Reach for opposite elbows, crown of the head towards your mat, and hold, bringing your heart rate down. Bring both hands flat to the mat and fully extend through your spine. We're walking both hands this time towards the right side, bringing our nose and our forehead towards our shin. And we'll move back into that low lunge, this time on our opposite side. Left leg is squeezing. Exhale, lower. Inhale, extend. Hold this one down. Pressure is equal in both of our hands. We're shifting all of our weight in towards our hands, and we'll extend this time through the right leg. 3-legged dog, opposite side. Turn those hips down. Start to drive your heel overhead. We're really squeezing in the glute. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right knee towards the right elbow. On this last one, we're gonna go ahead and hold it. Right elbow, right knee, pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring that right knee towards the belly and lower all the way down to the mat. Knees are under the hips, hands are firm to the floor, heart comes down towards the mat, gaze shifts up towards the sky. Inhale, gratitude, and exhale, release. Beautiful, 2 more like that. This time, we're extending our left leg long, our right leg in front of us, bringing a flex into that bicep. Actually, sorry, we're gonna be taking right leg behind you, left arm forward. Then we exhale, curl in, knee towards the elbow. Inhale, fully extend, trying to high five whatever's behind us with the heel. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep this one fully extended and we'll just start to pulse up 1 inch. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leave your arm and your leg as extended as possible, and now just open it up slightly and then bring it back towards the midline. So we're trying to create a diagonal angle when we open, and we're thinking about keeping your heel in line with your hip the whole time. Full extension. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Leave this one out to the diagonal and we'll just take it up 1 more inch. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand's coming down to the outside of the mat. So is the right. We'll take it up, together, out, and lower. Lift, up, in, out, down. 3 more. Up, in, out, down, 2, up, in, out, down. Final lift, in, out, and down. Beautiful work. Go ahead and extend through the hips. We'll find a quick up dog and start to bring your awareness into your outer right hip now. We'll roll towards that direction, taking the left leg over the right, and we'll revisit those inner thigh lifts that we did towards the beginning, this time on our other side. So once again, we're checking where the ankle is. It's facing upwards. We know we're good to go. Chest is staying nice and tall. We'll start by lifting it straight towards the sky. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right elbow comes down to the earth. Left leg extends, and our chest is nice and wide. Really thinking about that posture. So we're not sunken into the shoulder. We're super wide, and we'll start to just take that left leg up. And we'll exhale as we do it. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up, teeny tiny pulses. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Throw those in reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And take them forward, still staying as lifted as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your left leg down to meet the right, and then we'll bring a bend into the right leg. Still trying to stay nice and tall in the upper body. Flex your left foot. We have those double kickbacks, so we're going pulse, pulse, squeeze, and as you squeeze, point that toe, contract through the upper body. So we go back, back, pull, back, back, pull, back, back, pull. And if you want to match that breath to your movement, this was our sniffing breath. So we 2 more. Last. Chest comes back to the center. Right leg's extending. Left foot is nice and firm to the mat. Go ahead and start to take it up. Round 2 of that inner thigh leg lift. Final 2, one. Left leg stacking on top of the right. Coming down to that elbow, really proud chest, elbows right under the shoulder. We're thinking about the alignment and start to push that left hip up towards the sky for our side plank. Bring your awareness into your lower oblique. It's nice and tight, it's working, it's firing, and we'll just start to crunch it up. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, hold this last one up. Inhale, side plank twist, both shoulders face the earth. Exhale, unwind. You guys got this, you're almost there. Final 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring that left hand back down. Hip is coming all the way towards the floor. Roll onto your back. We are almost there. It's almost time for the cool down. But before we get there, bring both hands behind your head. Elbows are nice and wide. Find that tabletop once again with your heels. Lift your head and shoulders. And we're just gonna start with our crisscross. So we're coming across the body. Exhaling every single time you twist. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, release. Palms are down, fingers are wide, windshield wiper the knees. We're going for 2 more rounds of that before we move into the cool down. But we're gonna go ahead and mix it up a little bit, having a single double with the knees. So to get started, hands are coming behind the head, elbows are wide, heels line up with the knees. We inhale. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders. We'll go single, double. Switch. Single, double. There you go. Single, double. Woo! Here's 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 5. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Palms are wide. Windshield wiper. 1 final round. Bring your knees back to the center. Hands behind the head. Lift it up. Single, double. For 8, 6, 4, last 2, and 1. Bring your feet all the way up towards the sky or towards the ceiling. Flex your ankles, hands are reaching. Inhale, exhale, push all that energy out into the floor. Hands are still wide. We'll keep the right leg extended towards the sky and slowly lower your left leg down onto the mat. Point your left toes. Bring both hands behind the right hamstring. And now push as much as you can into the bind that you have with your hands with your right leg. And as you exhale, point the right toe, slide your hands up slightly and start to pull that leg down towards your chest. We'll be here for 3 breaths, so take your time easing into it. And as much as you can, focus on not fighting any of the stretch, not having any resistance, and just surrendering to gravity and to your muscles opening up for you. Bring your leg back to the center. Bend your right knee and take the right hand to the insole of your right foot. Stack your right heel over your right knee and start to pull down to the outside of your right shoulder for half-happy baby. Now either keep that connection between your hand and your foot, or if you start to lose it, feel free to slide your hand down any area of your ankle or your calf, and we'll start to extend those toes down towards the floor. Still focusing on your alternate hip, so our left hip facing up, so it's square, it's not twisting side to side. And now bend your right knee. Take your right hand to the outside of your right calf. So my knee right now is in the elbow crease, and I'm gonna start pulling my right foot towards my left shoulder. So this is a huge outer hip, outer glute, abductor stretch. So we're trying to keep the knee and the elbow crease pulling across the chest. It's kind of like a supine half pigeon. Now right hand comes towards the floor, palm side down. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. We'll take it all the way across, twist and look towards your fingers. Unwind from that position. Knees are coming into a ball. Reach for opposite elbows. Inhale, crown of the head, curl into that tiny ball. Exhale, fully release. It feels so nice. And inhale, both legs up towards the sky again. Flex your ankles. Breath in. Exhale, slowly lower the right leg down to the mat. Both hands are coming behind the hamstring. Find that bind, push into your hands. And exhale, start to point the left toe, pull down towards your chest. 3 breaths. Feel free to walk your hand around your leg. Explore what feels best for you, where you want to hold, where you can get the deepest stretch. And now flex that left ankle. Left hand's coming to the insole, and we'll stack your left heel over the left knee, starting to open up through the hip. This is a really nice stretch where you can be active and try to pull the knee. Some of the other ones are a little more passive. You want gravity to help you, but this is one where you want to use that bind connection to pull. Now keep that bind either on your foot or slide your hand down your shin and start to extend your toes down towards the floor. Still trying to keep that hip facing upwards. Now we're gonna move into that reclined half pigeon. So we're bending the knee again. The left arm is coming to the outside of your leg. We're making connection between our knee and the elbow crease. We'll start to bend through the knee and wrap across our chest. And we're thinking about bringing our foot also to the elbow crease. Obviously that takes time. My left side even feels a lot tighter than the other side. So if it does, instead of lifting your hips, let your foot be a little higher, maybe coming into connection with your hand instead of your elbow, but give it a pull, give it a stretch. And now extend that left arm again, the palms making connection with the earth. Right hand's coming to the outside of the left knee, and we'll wrap and twist, looking towards our left knee. Come through the center once again, curl into that teeny tiny ball, give yourself a big hug, give yourself some love, really wrap your arms around yourself, forehead towards the knees, inhale, and exhale, release back down to the mat, knees fall out wide, one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, inhale, fill out, exhale, release, 2 more, inhale, try to connect with your intuition, try to feel your belly fill up and stretch, and exhale. One more, inhale, big breath in. Try to fill up with gratitude for showing up to your mat today and giving it your all. And exhale, fully release, melt into your mat. That is all the time I have with you guys today, but feel free to stay on your mat for an extra long, extra juicy Shavasana, and I will see you next time.